But let's talk about Russell Westbrook, Chilton. Let's talk about Russell Westbrook and what he just accomplished. You care to fill the people in that don't know?
Well, Russell Westbrook, they just played Detroit, I think 2 nights ago, and he just surpassed the 25,000 point mark. He's one of 4 active players in the game today. Him, James Harden, KD, and James that have 25,000 points or more. And
how far is Paul George away from that? Chilton, do you know?
I don't know how far Paul George is. I don't know how far Paul George is away from that, but I know those 4 guys are that. And you and I had a conversation. You and I had a conversation earlier this season, Big Ox, where everybody, including myself, was down on the Clippers. But then I asked the question, what if this thing works out? What if this thing works out and Russ gets to where I think he's going to get? As of right now, Big Ox, Russ is 622 assists away from the 10,000 assist club. He's 622.
How far is it from rebounds?
I think he's about a little over 1,000 or so, 1,000 or so more. But 25,000 points, 10,000 assists. That's only James. That's it. Nobody else is in that club. So don't get me wrong. I can appreciate how a lot of people will talk about averages over totals. But you're talking about a Russ who I think Russ had a 6-year stretch where he was a double-figure assist guy. He was a double-figure assist guy, averaging double-figure. He led the league in assists, I think, 3 times. He led the league in assists, and that's not total. That's on average. That's on average that he's doing that. Russ has been one of the main reasons why Russ is where he is I think he's been in the league since 2008. He's been in the league in 2024. So he's been in the league 16 years. One of the main reasons why Russ is where he is, Russ plays. Russ plays just about every night. If you go look at Russ's track record, Russ plays just about every night. Nobody is there aren't many guys that are more durable than Russ over the course of this time. And the fact that he took a back seat, which I was wrong about, because I thought that with the situation that he had with the Lakers, playing with the Clippers, and having to go back to the bench, I felt like that was going to wreck him. Only except it didn't. He fit right into that role. And in the process of him fitting into that role, he's been really good for them. Big Ox before last night, and I don't think that he did. I didn't check much of it, but before last night, Big Ox, because I had been watching the Clippers, Russ had a 10-game stretch where he's averaging less than 2 turnovers a game for 10 straight games. So that's a big deal when you got a ball handler like James Harden, who's also over that time averaging less than 2 turnovers a game. So that means that these guys are taking care of the basketball. They're more efficient in their scoring, and Russ is giving them really good minutes off the bench. I wasn't a huge Russ fan later in his career, but in the beginning, man, I was on the Russ train. No question about that. I was huge on the Russ train. And with that being said, when KD left him and he started to play at an MVP level, I mean, I started watching him more, but I think this is fantastic, Big Ox. And the question that there's a lot of people who don't want to have this conversation, because if the Clippers end up winning the NBA championship, which don't get me wrong, as of today, I'm out. I'm not in on the Clippers. I'm out. But if this thing actually works and Russ does what I think he's going to do, Big Ox, 622 assists away from 10,000 assists. Just so you know, Big Ox, over the next 2 years, which I think Russ is going to play 2 more years, that's 4 assists a game. That's it. That's 4 assists a game. He's averaging 5 now. He can do that off the bench. There's no reason for me to think that he can't do that. So to be a part of that, I mean, there has to be some different conversations about Russ, especially if they win it, particularly if they win it, man, because Russ has been so good for so long that he really is one of the most underappreciated guys that this league has ever seen.
I can agree with that. I see the 9.4 assists. I'm more interested in the 8.2 rebounds.
Yes.
8.2 thousand. I need Russ to get, if Russ is gonna do it, I need Russ to do it. I need 25, 10, and 10 from Russ. That's going to be undeniable. That's going to be undeniable to where you have to put him in your top 5 point guards.
It'd be especially if they win it.
Oh yeah, if they win one, if Russ is coming off the bench, 4 assists, you know what I'm saying, 6, 7 rebounds, and I don't know how many points is school. Do you know how many points he's averaging right now?
Averaging about 11 a game. About 11
okay,
a game.
11. If Russ if Russ can do that off the bench and he's gonna bring the energy on the defensive end, I think that's a pivotal part in the championship role. Like your 6th, 7th, 8th man, and then when you get to the Western Conference and the finals and stuff like that, that 9th man, they're so important. We all remember those Boston Celtics. We remember Leon Poe. We remember Tony Allen. Remember those guys off the bench that came and won that championship.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook is so important. And if he does win a championship, he's going to be a pivotal part in winning that championship. He deserves all the praise for getting that ring. So if he comes with the ring, 25, 10 to 10 Showtime. Can't deny it.
We don't have a problem saying that. We don't have a problem with Bill Walton coming off the bench with the Boston Celtics. We do not have a problem with him coming off the bench. Same thing with James. If Oklahoma City would have won it in 2012, we wouldn't have said anything about James Harden coming off the bench. We would have praised that. As bad as he played, we would have praised him coming off the bench. So the fact that Russ has now become a rotation player, a damn good one, by the way. I mean, last year when he was with the Lakers, there was a stretch where he was one of the leading candidates for 6th man of the year. One of the leading candidates for 6th man of the year. Yeah, Russ is going to drive you crazy, Big Ox, because he's going to throw the ball in the 3rd row. Yeah, he's going to drive you crazy because he's going to take untimely shots and he's going to shoot the ball over the backboard. But you know what else he's going to do? He's going to show up every night. He's going to play hard every night. He's going to give you that effort every night. There is not one night where you're going to see Russ and you're going to be like, well, he didn't really play hard tonight. No, that's not Russell Westbrook. And if the Clippers were to win it, he's going to be a big reason why. Big reason.
Certainly.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.